Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we are back with another episode of Plague Inc. Evolved. First things first, let me ask to everybody to turn off any ad blockers or whitelist me, help me make a career. Today we're going to play as the Parasite type Plague, and on top of that, we are going to just do nothing at all. That is all we're going to do, is try and see if we can just... I'm gonna stick with suppression since we failed so many of the previous ones on Mega Brutal. We are going to just try to give this time. So this is going to be the nothing disease. So it's just a rumor of a disease that doesn't actually exist, as far as they know. Gonna start in the same old place we always start, because I still can't see how that's not the right answer. So we're not going to increase transmission. We are not going to increase abilities. We are just going to sit here and let time take its toll. We're getting DNA points. So, New Zealand Center of Magnetic Shift. Recent fluctuation in Earth's magnetic field is claimed by scientists to be strong enough to harness by New Zealand as a source of power. Interesting. So New Zealand gets more money and thus becomes a richer country. Just gonna click bubbles and have this on as fast forward as we can. And we're just gonna see, if we give enough time to it, will we win? Will the infected number ever stop growing, or will it just stay? So we're just going to collect the DNA. We're not even going to go into the screen. Not going to do anything. Just watch these numbers. If it mutates, of course we will try and demutate it. I just don't want this disease to be discovered. If it gets discovered, then we have to dump whatever the DNA we've collected at that point into symptoms. We have to put them in symptoms, we have to kill people as soon as possible. It is a bad statement on a gameplay mechanic if the truth of it is going to be that the way to really win on the hardest difficulty is to do nothing for a significantly prolonged amount of time. Sometimes that can be the trick, or a secondary trick. It has to probably be a secondary trick. I know in Far Cry there was a point where if you just stayed where you were told to stay for 20 minutes, you would have gotten a different ending or something, but that has to be a secondary trick. You always have to assume the player is going to take action, and you should never make a game designed around not taking action for any amount of time over, I'd say maybe a couple of seconds, because that's not video game players, that's not people in general. They don't want to stand around and do nothing and hold back. They want to run ways forward into the firefight. And they would much rather run into the firefight over and over and over again and get killed than ever sit and contemplate and think, maybe I'm supposed to just, wait a second. So we have 73 DNA, and the number of infected is still increasing. It seems like this might work. I've never considered adding a stage at the beginning. Just a stage of sitting around and clicking bubbles. I think we're getting a lot more orange bubbles because we're just waiting. As long as nothing mutates, we're fine. But it's so slow. So slow. I think this game probably should go to a week scale. Just week 1 of 52 per year. But it does score by the day to give a slight variant on the score, but far too often 7 days happens and nothing occurs. It's almost been 2 years, at least a year and a half, since I started this game. All we've done is click bubbles. So, infected Japan there without any help whatsoever from any transmissions or anything. And Southeast Asia's not even 50% infected. That's interesting. Slow and steady seems to be winning the race for us. No one has died. Now, what does this say? We have been discovered at this point. Oh, this is what we didn't want. At 582 days, we are discovered. Let's see. Oh, I could have put some DNA into this. So let's continue going until they start working on a cure. As I'm down from 100 to 30 DNA. As long as they don't start working on the cure, we're fine. The London Olympics infect the UK, that's helpful. I still think we're alright. Still feel like, even though they've discovered it, it doesn't seem like they're working on it. Yeah, there's no research going on yet. Got 49 DNA now. I want about 150 if I could get it. Huge earthquake in Sweden, making Sweden poor, which works for me. The nothing disease. Ships use new sterilization techniques. Let's just leave it alone until they start working on the cure. Could there be a false disease, of rumors of a disease spreading around? Well, I guess already there are rumors of diseases being spread around. Is that not what chemtrails are? Is that they are rumors that some people believe in of a disease being spread around? So could it get big enough that significant portions of the populace believed it, and governments actually took action based on that? All that, maybe. You could certainly put a lot of fear into people, and they convince them to do the wrong things, do dumb things, with the right rumors, and repeating it often enough. would hope some doctors would stand up and say, we've seen no evidence of this disease at all. Everybody needs to do that more and more. In every aspect, everybody needs to stand up and say, where is the evidence? Show us the evidence. I want to see the evidence. If you can't show me the evidence, then I'm going to dismiss it immediately. Anything you present without evidence doesn't count. So we're back up to 133 and they're still not working on the cure. And it's spreading. It's ever so slowly spreading across the areas. It's not going very far or a very diversified area. We've killed 2,000 people just in randomness. That's not a lot, so it doesn't matter. What's really sad is this is more and more looking like this strategy will work. It really is more and more looking like just doing that is the right solution on Mega Brew. And that's not a very entertaining way to play a game. Here's some gameplay balancing issues, really. Doing nothing should, after a while, should guarantee loss. If I'd done nothing by the 2018, let's see how many days, by 1,000 days of playing the game, if you've taken no action whatsoever, perhaps you should lose right then and there. But instead I'm thriving. I guess, though, that is accurate to disease. We have diseases that aren't really severe, and because they're not really severe, we don't really bother to try and cure them, and they just stick around forever. It's not until diseases mutate or start showing great severity or terrible symptoms that we start getting afraid of them and spending effort and research funds to get rid of them. So it is very likely things like the cold and the flu, things that we are, even though we are trying to get rid of, are mutating fast enough. And we're not really trying to get rid of the cold and flu as individuals, because people still go to work with colds, people still go to school with flus, and because of that, it is, because people still go to work, they infect other people, and the infection causes other people to get sick and causes the disease to continue. There we go. They start working on the cure. Because of that, we are now going to start transmitting. See how many countries can we infect. I probably need to slow down the game. How many countries still left? We have more countries infected than we did before. It's spreading. Good. It's just spread here, there. Oh man. So what countries are left? Greenland and a few others. going. They're at the 5% to the cure. 40 DNA for extreme zoonosis. Maybe I'll go for it. I just want infectivity everywhere. Anemia is mutated. Let those symptoms mutate, who cares? They're at 12% to the cure. Nothing placed on watch list. The nothing disease has certainly become something now. So you'd be 35 for that. I'm gonna go with zoonosis for 45. Of course, really what I should do is go total organ failure. Save up my DNA for that. Looks like most of the world is going to be infected. No countries are uninfected at this point. So it is time for total organ failure. Let's see. As soon as we get the last few holdouts down there, up to 40% on the cure. This is no good. Coughing mutated, fine. We need more people to die. Sometimes you have to get it so it's slowly increasing infected and slowly killing people. Let's see. Nothing mutation patterns are extraordinary. They're at 69%. Systematic infection mutated. See, this is 45, this is 61. Oh, this is no good. This is no good. 73% to the cure. It felt like we might win this. It really did. The 2019 is the estimated time. So they're very close. Sweden begins to break down. Maybe that'll help. If we can start killing people. 88% to the cure. Genetic reshuffle? How much would that cost? 42? Not getting enough DNA. 95% to the cure. This sucks. This sucks. Did I waste my DNA on the transmission? The cure is complete. Slowly, just ever so slowly getting DNA, but we're losing it. We're losing everything. Let's see. I mean, that mutated, so it's killing them. Just genetic reshuffle. There we go. Best thing we could do. Got to 99%, back to 100%. So now the numbers are falling again. Not a bit of help. It sucks so bad. Terrible. Turns out nothing can't actually eliminate all life on Earth. Something has to actually cause all death. Just the rumor, just the thought of a disease can't actually kill people. Which is a good thing to always remember. Ideas of violence are not actually violence. In the sense that the thought of a disease, or the simulation of a disease, or the video game of disease, does not actually kill any actual humans. So keep that in mind. There is no violence, there is no thought. It is only a thought. Anyways, we lost in 1,558 days on Mega Brutal with the Parasite. I thought we might actually win, but that was a pretty bad and long episode at the beginning, playing that way, so in that alone there's a problem. Next time we're going to try the Prion, and then we're back to just casual play on the Necrovirus, so we can guarantee a win. But we will do Mega Brutal on the Prions. Uh, but that's next time, and we are done with this time. So, as always, I ask that you like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All that helps me out with YouTube. If you want to support me through fan funding, click on my name, Rydo. On the right there is a blue button that says support this channel. Any amount you donate will be greatly appreciated. If you want to follow me on Twitter or Google Plus, or friend me on Steam or Battle.net, all that information is down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.